going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. 'Cause it's QE for life. See, I can sing the song. I just can't play the song on YouTube. So for those that were Trademark members, they just got the Bad Boys for Life. That's P. Diddy singing We Ain't Going Nowhere. And you can say, why am I playing that song? Well, look at the spy, guys. It's We Ain't Going Nowhere. It can't be stopped now. Look at it go. Nice little gap up today. Right up to just below that 200 SMA or SMA or simple moving average on the daily, which is right below 300. Kind of has a shooting star pattern, so we'll see what happens. But nice gap up today. That was awesome. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, I don't know if I've showed you guys this. As you guys know, at my old age, I get old and I get joint pain and all that stuff everywhere, especially being at the computer all day long. I have my copper bracelet, if you can see right here. So this is a copper bracelet. It was an Amazon one. I'm also wearing my copper glove today because I'm using my mouse all day long. So I get the copper glove. I got the copper bracelet. I also have my orthopedic grandpa shoes. I would never wear these out in public, but this is for when I'm standing and doing the stream because I get the back pain and the neck pain and the arm pain and all that good stuff for you. Jerry, yeah, I played it in the trade room. I would play great songs on YouTube, but YouTube doesn't like it. I always get the copyright strikes when that happens. So, all right, guys. So it looks like all of our alerts fired off today. Lots of triggers went off, and it wasn't me triggering them, right? So it wasn't me triggering the triggering, and they just triggered and went off. So what had some of the better ones here? Let's see. There was one I posted about earlier today. Was it CVE? CVE was on the watch list at or above 371. So as you guys can see, the alert was, let's pull it up over here. Said we ain't going nowhere. CVE, cup and handle on the daily. Watch if price moves up to the daily gap around $4. What did CVE do today? Beautiful gap up, right? Cup and handle, and it went right up into the gap, and it actually went up to 444 today. So that was a beautiful gap up from the watch list. So that was a really nice one, CVE. That was a beautiful one. What else do we have here today? Oh, wow. Look at all these. Wow. Lucian, you are on fuego today. Well, thank you. Well, you're welcome. At or above 1665 for Urban Outfitters. I actually just bought some more clothes from them. I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I had Urban Outfitters at or above 1665. That one up to... wait. Wrong one. Here we go. There we go. That one had a nice gap up. But if you actually miss it, it kind of traded sideways towards the end of the day. But it had a nice gap up pre-market. So you would have had to probably catch that one pretty quickly. Yeah, you would have had actually one decent move right here after the pullback from, where is that? 1855. And not really, not so hot, up to the 1860s. You could have caught it off, again, maybe the cup and handle towards the later part of the day. That's where, again, a lot of times at open, you got to be very quick, let the patterns play out, and that's why it's nice to kind of do like a 5-minute chart and kind of readdress, let the patterns come throughout the day. You could have caught a crossover off VWAP back up towards high of day, or waited towards the end of the day. And this was okay right here, 1871. You had to have been kind of quick. You got to be careful towards the end of the day too, but you had this nice little bull flag right here. Had a little decent move right after, what was that, 1320. I'm terrible at military time. 325. Had a nice gap up today, so that one fired off. CGen What was that one? That was at or above 12.29. So that moved up about $1 today. So that one had another gap up. Real choppy kind of 5-minute pattern. I don't know if I would have traded this one because it's kind of choppy. I don't like choppiness like that. Let's see. 3M. Now that one's a beaut. That's my style right there. At or above 138.69. Well, there you go, Lucian. Great job. Thank you very much. Well, you're welcome. Lots of compliments from back and forth with myself here. Look at that. At or above 138. Beautiful 5-minute bull flag, guys. Pull back. This one took off. You could have gotten a good, 144. Probably took some profit up there. That's a $2 move. And then waited for it to kind of, like, you can see, consolidate with that flat top throughout the day. Probably caught it later during the day at the high of day break right over at the top of that shooting star right there. What was that, above 147, and taking it right into the end of the day to 149. This is my style right here. I like these types of, bull flag pullback or a kind of a flat top break or cup and handle. So that was a nice $2 move you could have gotten there. $2 at the end of the day. That's two $2 moves if you wanted to be like just kind of those clean pullbacks off the 9 EMA. What's up, BK? What do I think about Roku? Need TA for shop. Hey, you guys got to catch me on symbols towards the end because otherwise I'll go forever. So watchlist went really well today. Let's see any of these smaller ones. ARGGY. That one didn't do so well. It triggered, but again, I wouldn't have traded that. That's kind of your cheapo sub $1 stock. ACRGF. That one kind of gapped up, kind of traded sideways, not much volume. So alert triggered, but I wouldn't have traded that one. Did I have Bed Bath & Beyond on there? So that one, Bed Bath & Beyond, yeah, at or above 579. So that one kind of gapped up, but yeah, probably wouldn't have traded. Actually, you would have gotten it maybe off that cup and handle right here, off crossing VWAP. So right over here, 616 up to 627, about a 9-cent move. And then maybe another VWAP move at the end of the day, 619. If you didn't catch it here, about a 6-cent move. So 6 or a 9-cent move. Not bad, though, for scalping for sub $10 stock. Any of these other ones that I want to look at? They all fired off pretty much. BLMN was at or above 9.99. That got up to... So yeah, kind of another one. So a lot of these kind of gapped up and then they kind of traded sideways. So yeah, you probably wouldn't have caught in that one at all. So it gapped up. That's what I'm saying, guys. Just because the alerts, you'll hear me say it over and over, just because the alerts fire off doesn't mean you take the trade, right? The patterns and the setups gotta form. There was an okay one right here. Like maybe you would have taken it off that hammer right here. 1071 to 1084. That's not bad. 13 cents. I personally like a good 5-minute setup, right? So if you have a 5-minute setup right here, you could have taken kind of that cup and handle-ish or sideways inverse head and shoulders, small risk off that 5-minute candle. Then as it breaks out, consider taking your profits when you see the reversal candle. All right. So let's reset for tomorrow's watch list. Urban, CGen. Maybe I'll put CGen on that. GN. All right. So which ones? I got to readdress that list actually at some point. All right. Roku, let me take a look at Roku. I'll take a look at some of yours right now before I get started. Possibly holding support. It's bumping up against the 9 and the 20 on the daily. On the hourly, that might be not so bad. Possible cup and handle or inverse head and shoulders back up to that, maybe that 200 SMA right around that 122.95 area. This one might be interesting if it can clear that 120s. Oops. I may put Roku on it. Maybe. I'll see. I gotta put my glasses on. All right. You said shop. Shop might be doing a reversal towards the downside. Shopify, possible double or triple top right over here. That's looking a bit bearish at the moment. I'm not digging Shopify unless you were looking for potential bearishness. If it can watch and see if it can kind of hold support there and then down here, that 716 as well. So it's a bit bearish. FET. Let me look at FET. Possible that one may be getting a pump, potentially. That's not my niche right here. That's possible reversal. Possible. Let me see. Let me put that there for now. I maybe might put FET on for a possible reversal. Might be getting ready for a pump. Nice job, Nelson. I build the watch list the night before for you guys. So this is this video. So what I trade, you'll see, this is the stuff I trade personally. Like the stuff between like $8 to $15. So the ones on the watch list that are like $8 to $15, that's my style. You know, so I put obviously the sub $1 or the $2, $3, $4, or $5 stocks on there just to kind of build a diverse watch list. But you'll see like these ones that are on the watch list, these are the ones that I personally like trading. So me personally, if I'm trying to scalp 10, 15, 20 cents, I like doing it between $8 to $15 range. But a lot of people can't afford those stocks or whatever, so you can do the same thing on a $3 or $4 or $5 stock. You just might be scalping a little bit less, or trying to get a little bit more shares. So you're asking, are these day trade buys, not swing trade buys? Good question. So the day trade watch list many of times can be swing traded because they're higher to medium size float. So I put them as day trade, but if the setup's still good, you could still swing trade them. So I kind of you'll see the stocks that I put on the swing trade watch list are a little bit different than the day trade watch list. So you can decide whether you day trade them or you swing trade them. All right, Tesla, and then I'll build a watch list. TSLA. Possible cup and handle, inverse head and shoulders. I don't like this red candle here at the end of the day. I like catching them off the green candle, flag, kind of hammer breakouts. Let's take a look at the hourly. Not liking it right now, again, but it's a heavily traded stock, so you got to watch tomorrow. I'm not liking the daily now, but we'll have to see. If it's going to get a pump up, it can break above that 845 level. I just don't like buying spinning top candles, especially red ones. You're welcome, CHK. It's up against some resistance right now on the daily. Well, if it can hold that 1243 and it can clear that 1351, maybe doing a cup pattern, it's got to clear that 1350s area. And also right up in this area, 1284. See if it can hold and continue up. It's got some resistance around that 1350s range. All right, so let's build the watch list for tomorrow. We'll start with the day trade, then we'll go to the swing trade. Said we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now because we're bad. I wish you could play music on YouTube, man. It's the worst. I don't know why they give people a hard time. If I played music on here, then more people might go to other people's songs, right? But every time we just forget and you play a song, you get that little hand slap from YouTube. CIM, potentially. Let's look at the hourly. A little bit choppy on the hourly. Got some... can clear that $8. Let's look at the daily. This one may be interesting. I might put that as a possible reversal. Might be getting over that 20 EMA. That one might be interesting. I'll come back to that one. CIM. Yes. Is it? I'm not sure if it's Nia or Naya. I'm building the watch list, the day trade and the swing trade watch list for tomorrow. So I usually kind of, when I build a watch list, I'm just showing you stuff I'm looking for when I'm building it. And then I'll put the alert levels on at the end. I'm looking at BlackRock. It's a little bit overextended than I'd like to put on. I'm not going to put that on. This may be interesting. I don't like all these different high wave candles, but this one may be doing a double bottom. Possibly break out over $2, although there's a lot of resistance. It's not a lot of room to go. So I like the pattern, the double bottom, but it's not a lot of room up. It's maybe 15 to 30 cents. So I'm not going to put that one on. Oh yeah, cars was on the watch list for today. That one kind of gapped up or jumped up a little bit today. It has a kind of a doji pattern right now, but that one moved up from a little bit today. 553 up to 579. So far, guys, not much that I'm liking. This is the stuff I really like. I like to put stuff when it's down here, right? Kind of that flag within a cup and handle. This is what I like. Even this one potentially as well. But when it's overextended, typically not. It's a scan I do every day. So I run like a high day scan each day and look for stocks that are looking to break out the next day or shortly after. All right, CBD. What is this? I don't know what the heck this is. So this one has kind of a bullish harami, and it's got a hammer inside of a bullish harami. This one may be interesting for a possible reversal. I might put that one as a... The heck is that? I don't know what the heck this company is. But I'm going to put this one as a possible reversal. That's CBD, which is not CBD oil. I like it for a potential reversal. AYTU, let me take a look. I'm not a fan of the red spinning tops down here. A little too choppy for me. This is BlackRock again. I don't know if they have two stock. BDJ. It's right above the 9 and the 20 on the daily. Let's look at the hourly. Holding $7. Possible cup and handle. That one may be interesting. We may... Well, how far does it go up to resistance? To 730. Possibly. I may put this one on. BK asked a very good question that could put me on a tangent. How did breaking social distancing this weekend feel like? It felt amazing. I broke all the social distancing rules. I hugged strangers. Friday night, I went to a cookout. I hugged... How many strangers did I hug? Between 3 to 4. And 2 of them were elderly people. I felt bad afterwards, and I said, oh, wait a second. I said I felt bad. I asked them. I didn't impede. I was like, hey, would you like a hug? And they were like, I would love a hug. And she was like, you're the first person I hugged besides my husband. All right. And I was like, wow, that was amazing. Right. Then her husband came in and I was like, hey, would you like a hug too? And he goes, sure. So I hugged him. So that was like 2 hugs. Then I hugged a couple other people later. And then my friend, because my friend didn't want to hug me at first because she's like trying to like, you know, be aware of her nieces, you know, wants to see her nieces and nephews and stuff like that. So she hadn't hugged. But then after I hugged her parents, then it was all over. Then she gave me a hug and it was great. So we just hugged. I mean, broke all the rules, guys. I broke all the rules of social distancing this weekend. Possible cup and handle here. Here's a sub $1 stock. Might be getting ready to break out. Kind of an inverse head and shoulders as well. So... By the way, that was just Friday. I don't know what the heck I did Saturday. What the heck did I do Saturday? Sunday, definitely broke social distancing rules on Sunday. I still don't know what the heck I did Saturday. Or did I break the rules Saturday? Maybe it was... I don't even know which... I forget my days. Very freeing, though, BK. What was the ticker for BlackRock? This one is BDJ. There was 2 of them, though. There was another one. I might go back and see what that other one was before. So far, guys, not much I'm liking, to be honest. What was that other one? BlackRock. BCX maybe? Yeah, BCX is another BlackRock. I actually might put that one on instead, maybe. BlackRock. I don't know. Do I like that one or BDJ? Maybe I'll just do BDJ. I do scan for bearish sometimes. I try to do, mostly bullish setups because most people can't short. Sometimes I'll do bearish for dip buys. Usually I can get a scan set up with, I do different scans. This is like 2 to 6%. I'm actually going to go to a doji scanner right now, kind of like a smaller. Ones that had like 1 to 2% gains on the day. So sometimes I can sneak some possible reversals on these as well. Yes, it was a hugging party. Actually, it wasn't technically a hugging party. I'm an extrovert, and then I was just like, hey, you guys want to hug? And they hugged, so it was good. Lots of food. I have leftovers. I have no clue what I'm eating tonight. I think there's leftover mac and cheese, leftover like chicken and spinach kind of something. And then I got bread. And then I might have pasta pomodoro. And then something for dessert. I got leftovers. Love it. So far, guys, not liking these. Not liking too much of these. But we got a couple sub $1 stocks potentially for you guys. This is the stuff I like right here, right? Nice bull flag back. I like that hammer one. So you can see, actually, the next day it didn't really do anything. And then it kind of creeped up a little bit. But this is the stuff I like, kind of those flag patterns back for you guys. Ooh, this one may be interesting. This one, so sometimes I like seeing this, right? A hammer above the moving average lines on the daily might be looking to do a reversal. I don't like those choppy candles like that. Not a fan of those candles, to be honest. Lots of spinning top candles. I don't know. I might skip that one. Oh. Here might be one for a sub $1 stock. Corv. Look at that. Above the 9 EMA. Kind of trading flat. It's a bit sloppy on the hourly. But this one may be getting set to do a potential pump. This is interesting to me right over in here. I might put Corv on. I'm not a sub $1 stock fan, but guys, for those, there's a lot of people that do the fundamentals on a company like this, and they might be waiting to get a position on this, and then they go to the chat rooms, and the chat rooms start pumping it up, you know? So you can see it's had some pumping recently or a couple months ago. There's some big gaps in the daily, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying it will, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one got a pump. We shall see. It might take some time, but oh yeah, CGC was the other one that was on the watch list today. CGC gapped up today, the marijuana stock. Canadian pot stocks, Canopy Growth. So that one gapped up a little bit today. 1588 went up to 1680. So that one moved up about $1 or so today too as well. So that was on the watch list. HPQ. It's a little bit overextended. It's above that 50 SMA. It's got some resistance right around, right in that area, 1650, 1660s range. Let's look at the hourly. A little bit overextended, so it's got some resistance right in that 1660 to 1670 range. BAC. Well, it's above Bank of America. This one may be interesting. Maybe interesting. So if we can clear that 2293, $23.58. So it's possible. I like a cleaner candle than that. Let's look at the hourly again. A little bit overextended on the hourly. Then it's bouncing right off of that 9 EMA. Maybe doing an inverse head and shoulders or cup and handle. That one may be interesting, potentially. BAC. I may put that on. GE, cup and handle on the hourly. Let's see. Oh. I don't like that pattern. Oh, Boeing is maybe creeping up. CCL. That was a nice one for 3M right here at or above 138.69. That had a $10 move today. Did any of you guys trade 3M today from the watch list? If so, you are welcome. Oops. Oops. I will take a look at low. Let me look at that one now. Low. Get low. Get low. Had a gap up. I don't like that star pattern. That would make me a little bit nervous right now for a possible reversal back down after the gap up. So I'm not a huge fan of those red star patterns. So that would make me nervous of a potential reversal downwards. Remember, I like this stuff, a flag back down here. I like catching it here, maybe right here. Right here, right? So I like here and here. That's what I like, right? So it might be looking to do a revert. That star pattern would make me a little bit nervous. said we ain't going. Right here. That would have been awesome. I missed Apple for you. That's what I love. That's utter perfection right here. Right down in here. Perfect flag. Awesome. Love it. Glad you tried to follow us. Some of my videos are shorter. Some of them are longer. The watchlist videos tend to be a little bit longer because I'm not... This is me doing my thing. Some people like it. Some people don't. I can't please everybody. Well, it takes some time. Hey, again, if you're new, this stuff will be a bit foreign. But again, the good news, guys, if you are new, if you haven't taken our courses yet, we have free courses on our website. So if you're new, just come take our courses. We have right here about 10 different courses. So that will keep you busy for quite a bit. So if you're new and you're not sure how to do what I'm showing you, great news is don't trade with real money. Take our courses. Practice with fake money until you feel comfortable trading with fake money. Then you slowly start scaling up with real money. Sounds simple, but most people don't do that. Many new traders come in. They won't get FOMO, fear of missing out, trade with money, real money, and then they blow up their accounts. So definitely don't do that. I think that's what I'm going to do for the watch list. Let me do the alerts now. Possible reversal. Let's see here. So this one's got some resistance between around 42, 52, and around 60 cents. Possible reversal. Possible reversal. Watch if price can get above 43 with resistance between 50 to 60 cents. Oops. So I put this one on there. It might be decent. Again, not the ones I personally trade, but you know, something like this, it has the potential for has the potential to go 20 cents. Doesn't mean it will, right? You have to do, I don't hold stuff like this longer term, but a lot of these times, like these stocks will get a pump, and I'm just showing you the technicals. There might be something going on behind the scenes with this company that may be getting ready for a pump. If this thing can go 10 to 20 cents and you scalp 5 to 10 cents on it, not a bad trade, right? I told you guys I like scalping my 10, 20 cents on $8 to $20 stocks. There's a ton of people that like to scalp the same 5 or 10 or whatever cents off of a sub $1 stock. Then there's other people that like trading $2 and $3 and $4 stocks, right? So it's all a matter of your preference. CIM 840. Watch for possible reversal on daily with resistance around 830-ish. Is it 830 or 840? 840, I'll put 8, what the heck? What is it? Around 840-ish. Now there's some resistance right here between 830 to 850. Between 830 to 850-ish. So a possible reversal with resistance between 830 to 850. This one might be more my favorite one. I like patterns, so this one may be... What is this one right here? 50... Yeah, so I like this one. So this has got a hammer inside. So this is a bullish Harami pattern, possible reversal. So as far as technically goes, I like this one a little bit better if it can clear that 20 EMA. Bullish Harami on daily watch if price can get above 20 EMA on 1 hour with resistance at 50 SMA. Right here. So watch if price can get above that 20 EMA, resistance around that 50 SMA, actually right even up in here to that 1040-ish range, right into the gap. I'm going to put around 1040 actually. 1038. 1038 I'm going to put. Around 1038 and the 50 SMA. So there's resistance. If it can get above that 20 EMA, resistance right around that 1038 and the 50 SMA. All right, so right here you can see possible kind of cup and handle on the hourly. Watch if price can clear that $7. Some resistance between that, kind of that. I don't even know what you want to say here. 715 up to 730 range. Cup and handle on 1 hour. Watch if price continues up with resistance between 715 to 730-ish. ACST, possible cup and handle. 71 cents. Cup and handle on 1 hour and daily. Watch if price can break above 71, around 71-ish. So right around there. So cup and handle, watch if price can break above that 71-cent range. Corv. Bouncing off 9 EMA on daily. Watch for possible pump. With resistance around 60 cents. So bouncing off the moving average lines, watch for possible pump with resistance right around 60 cents, right in that range. BAC. I don't know if I love it, but yeah, possible cup and handle or inverse head and shoulders, possible cup pattern. Possible cup pattern on 1 hour. Watch for potential continuation with resistance around 2350-ish. So if it can clear that 23-ish area right in here, basically. Clear 23, there's some resistance around that 2350 area. I don't love it, but I potentially like it. This Roku may be a little bit better. Possible cup and handle. Resistance between that 120.50. Between 120 to 123 resistance. Cup and handle 1 hour. Watch for potential continuation with resistance between 120 to 123 ish. All right, that's the watch list. Let's see your comments. Etsy. Let me take a look at Etsy. Bearish on the hourly, but see if it can hold support right around that 76.92 area. Ooh, nasty bearish engulfing. Oof, that's nasty. Not a fan of it right now because of that big, huge bearish engulfing. Oh boy. Low. Did somebody say low? I don't know if I looked at low. Oh yeah, I was saying yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. Well, I'm building the watch list right now. So these are the stocks right now that we have on tomorrow's watch list. Awesome. Love it, Network Geek. Appreciate it. AMD. Let me see. It's possible. It's kind of got a... I'm not a fan of that spinning top candle. I I don't love it right now. It could go either way with AMD. Go either way. But if the market keeps going up, you got to think that it'll probably keep going up with it. Possible, basically, cup and handle, inverse head and shoulder. So this may go up. I just don't like this red candle right now, that red spinning top. That's actually a good point. So there's somebody in YouTube comments that really is adamant about hydroxychloroquine stocks. I don't know of any personally. I don't know of any personal stocks. I keep seeing you. Well, that's great. You're adamant about it. I just don't know of any hydroxychloroquine stocks. I don't know of any personally. If anybody knows any, that would be interesting. Anybody know of any? You guys. UGAZ. I see where you're going with there on that on YouTube. I just don't know of any personally. At resistance at the daily for you guys. Let's look at the hourly. Possibly. It's a little bit. It's bearish on the hour. It's failing here. I'd like to see it above that 9 EMA. So not sure about that. Well, so Household Dog says this recent spike, in my honest opinion, a bad indicator for stocks in general, looks pretty similar to previous crashes. Very that's a very good point, right? So that's typically, again, like I've been saying to you guys, typically the market shouldn't be. I'm actually done with the watch list, so I'll talk to you guys while I'm doing this. The market typically shouldn't be going up with a country that's closed and everything's shut down, right? But you'll see me talking about it over and 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 over again. But we have lots of new people following us. And this is good to do your research on quantitative easing, or QE. So QE, again, guys, if you want to know, very simple. Here's very, very simple. If you want to know, so bottom line, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm done with the watch list. If you want to hear me continue, again, some of you, whatever, you don't like the longer videos, don't watch the rest of this. For those that like to learn stuff, you can watch the rest of the video. So QE, or quantitative easing, has been being used. Trump did not come up with the term quantitative easing, right? Trump is not the first one to be doing quantitative easing. Quantitative easing, or QE, has been going on since 2008 financial crisis. Very simply, what it is just buying this, printing money and buying the stock market and things back up, right? Injecting money to keep the market back up. So if you want your 401k to go back up, you're obviously going to want QE. How do you think your 401k went back up after the 2008 financial crisis? It wasn't because the economy was great for 8 years. It was because of quantitative easing that made the economy look great for 8 years. That's not a political statement, guys. It was 3 rounds of quantitative easing, which is buying up the stock market. There was one interest rate hike in 8 years after 2008, and you sneezed with that interest rate hike, and the market dumped. And that was it. There was one interest rate hike from 2008 to 16. So that's not because the economy was great, right? It was quantitative easing propping it up. So you've been hearing Trump talking about quantitative easing now for, I don't know, 6 months at least, or before Christmas, if not into last year at some point. And he was calling for quantitative easing when the stock market was at all-time highs and everything was going great. So was it sheer coincidence that he was going to, did he know he was going to need it ahead of time before we knew? Or was it coincidence? Because now he's in control of the Fed from this whole stimulus stuff, from what I've read with the whole coronavirus, and he's whatever, something happened behind the scenes. And, you know, I don't know if the Treasury's in control of things, but Trump's indirectly in control of the Treasury from what I was reading. I don't understand all this stuff, but if that's the case, that means he's indirectly in control of QE or quantitative easing. You can say, well, what the heck does that all mean? It means very simply using quantitative easing or the threat. I don't even want to say the threat, but the suggestion that they're going to use quantitative easing. So that's what I've heard, guys. They said this is going back to, like, I don't know where that article from Yahoo said they would use quantitative easing. Maybe somewhere back in here. I heard that they haven't even used quantitative easing yet. So you can say, well, if they haven't used quantitative easing yet, how does the market keep going up? Simply, right? If you know that the Fed is going to buy the market back up, then just them saying they will use all the tools in their tool bag to do whatever it takes might get people to buy the stock market back up. And then if they don't buy it back up, maybe that's when they'll use quantitative easing. It's as simple as that. So I don't think they've actually used QE yet from what I've heard. But I think Powell basically said that nothing's off the table. So if you have the Fed chairman saying nothing's off the table and they'll do whatever it takes to keep the market back up, then that would kind of explain potentially why people are buying. Make sense? Oh, he got media? How did he get media control in March? Parrish. Today's news. Let me take a look at Tiva. That's interesting. I didn't know about media control. Potentially. It's a little bit... I like to catch it down a little bit lower, but it's potentially... It's got some room. Trump just said he's taking what? Hydroxychloroquine? JH, Trump said he's taking what? Marcus. So wait, Marcus just said he's taking hydroxychloroquine. Trump said he's taking hydroxychloroquine, right? When did he say that? Oh, was that today? He's been taking it for weeks. Dang. That could definitely put me on my rant. Oh, he just said it a few minutes ago? Dang. I got to get on top of it. So then my brain, right? We talk a lot. You guys know, some of you guys know me by now, right? So I try to think logically and put political stuff aside, right? Right. So I'm trying to put my political opinions aside and just think logically. If that's true, and Trump said he's taking something, like he didn't just talk about hydroxychloroquine today. He's been talking about that for what, weeks now? Potentially weeks. So if that's true, I haven't done any research. I'm only reading what you guys are saying. But he's been saying it for weeks. If he's been taking it for a couple weeks, then why, when I heard Trump say that, suggest hydroxychloroquine, they called him a crazy person. Now here we are several weeks later. If he's actually using it, my logical opinion saying, okay, I don't understand. Just like, remember I told you guys the whole masks thing? You know, Fauci said don't wear masks 2 months ago. Now Fauci's wearing a mask. My logical brain says, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Trump says he's, hydroxychloroquine. Here it is a few weeks later. He's taken hydroxychloroquine. Why is not a lot more? My brain is that's not political, right? That's just trying to say, okay, if the president's taking it, is there something to it? I have to think about that stuff. Jeez, I got to take a look at that. Well, I'll be following that after I get off of here. Fauci also said 2 months ago that coronavirus won't affect human beings and we're going to be totally fine. And then a couple months later, the country's completely shut down. That's not political. My brain says I don't understand. A huge medical professional told me and everybody to our face that it's not going to affect human beings, and then the country shut down, the world shut down for 2 months. I have 2 videos on my phone, guys. Fauci speaking directly. Masks don't work. Now he's wearing a mask. That's not political. What am I, you know what I mean? I hear that stuff every day just like you guys. But unfortunately, when you just ask questions, people automatically think that you're going political, but it's not the case, It's just, this is important stuff. This is supposedly a deadly virus that's going to kill us all. I want to know the proper information so I don't kill people. But, the medical professionals have not told us the truth, either on purpose or not on purpose, for a couple months now. Weird stuff. It's really weird when you see that. Just logically, I'm watching some of these conferences afterwards, and I see Fauci's in the background wearing a mask. Trump is out in public not wearing a mask. Fauci wasn't wearing a mask for 2 months when we were slowing the curve. Why, when the curve is slowed, now is he suddenly wearing a mask? That's not political. I'm just asking a question. I don't get it. I don't understand, why wasn't everybody wearing a mask to slow the curve? I don't get it. I'm not a medical professional. It's just weird. But I got to find out about that, what Trump just said. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, now you just said it. Yeah, said it. His own freaking words. He said it right on 60 Minutes. Yeah, masks won't help. He said it will stop one little particle. For 2 months, we're on lockdown. Shut the country down for 2 freaking months. Nobody's wearing a mask. You know who was wearing a mask for 2 months? This fool. I was the fool that was getting yelled at. I was the only one wearing a mask when I went to grocery stores. Only one. When we were slowing the curve, I was the guy wearing a mask. Nobody else was. I was that guy. I got yelled at for wearing a mask. None of the grocery store workers were wearing a mask. I was wearing a mask for 2 months. Now, everything slows down. We open the country back up. Now everybody's got to wear a mask. Very weird shit. Weird. It's weird stuff. Not being political, guys. Just asking the questions that just don't make any sense. Very weird stuff. I'm definitely intrigued I'm sure there will be lots of people freaking out about the hydroxy thing. I definitely want to find out about it. So that's definitely, he said that in a press conference right now. Is the world freaking out right now? Let me look at Twitter. Let's see. Let's go to trending on Twitter. Oh, number 3, hydroxychloroquine. Warning, do not take hydroxychloroquine just because the world's biggest liar is taking the drug. This is so dangerous, okay? Trump is too chicken shit to take hydroxychloroquine, plus his family owns stock, so a lot of people are going to die for his greed again. Apparently, the side effects of this drug make you really jealous of President Barack Obama. Those are the first 3. So right? So my logical brain says, okay, the president just said he's taken hydroxychloroquine. My first 3 comments on Twitter are saying things from people that don't like Trump, right? But my brain's saying, does hydroxychloroquine work? Forget what Trump, whether I like him or not. I just want, does it work? And And if it does, why are people saying all those things that are like hateful? You can hate the president, but what if you hate Donald Trump, but hydroxychloroquine works as a cure? Could he get like some type of credit for like something actually works? Why wouldn't somebody want something that works? What if that actually works to cure coronavirus? Why would you not want to have that out there and have people get cured of the corona? So if you hate Donald Trump, but hydroxy works, okay, so don't vote for him come November, and now you have something that'll help with the coronavirus. What's so bad about that? I don't understand. But everything becomes political for whatever reason. Why would I get yelled for? Because I was the only one wearing a mask. Now it's become a political thing. It's crazy, guys. Very crazy. I'm not wearing a mask anymore now. I'm done after 2 months. You kidding me? I'm only wearing it when I have to, when I go into the grocery store, but not out in public. I'm hugging people. I'm hugging and kissing babies and senior citizens now if they want it. And anybody, right? Anybody that wants a hug, I'll give them a hug. I don't care. So all I'm doing right now, guys, I'm just talking to you guys while I'm updating the website because it takes me time to do this stuff each day. So if you have questions or comments. Nope. What is that? Said we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now, 'cause we're bad boys for life. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now, 'cause we're bad boys for life. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Dude, loving this market. So much swing trading, it's ridiculous. Love it. Good stuff. Yeah, it's been going nice. Now we're getting some let's see. Getting some potential movement here now, guys. This was nice right here. Some nice confirmation of support right here before it took off. That was a nice move. So guys, if you're new, just again, if you're wondering how this market goes up, just research QE or quantitative easing. If the Fed is saying they're going to use it, if they haven't used it yet, and they say they're going to use it, remember, guys, just again, go back to logic. It is an election year. If Trump is in control of the Federal Reserve in an election year, and the Federal Reserve is saying they will do anything to keep the market up, put two and two together, right? It doesn't matter your political opinions on all this don't matter because it doesn't matter, right? I mean, if that's the reality, it's the reality. You know what I mean? If Trump's in control of the Fed and they're going to use quantitative easing to keep it up, then trying to hope or get angry or whatever against it is not going to do you anything other than drive you nuts. Got to go with the markets and the patterns, right? It doesn't mean it's going to necessarily go all up right away. You know, if things start to dip, maybe they'll buy it up. Maybe they're not. Maybe the Fed's lying. Maybe they won't buy it up. Maybe they're saying they're going to buy it up and then they won't. I don't know. I mean, that's possible too as well. They could be saying they will do whatever and then trap people and then they don't. I don't know, you know. All I know is it's still going up. You kind of had this upward channel. It's heavy resistance around that 300. You want SPY over that 300. If we can clear that 300 level, that would be really nice. We want to see that. And again, guys, I was anti-QE. I am anti-QE at heart. I don't think quantitative easing is a good thing whatsoever. The problem is I didn't create the broken system, right? They created the broken system. right? So whoever created the broken system came up with a tool to play with the broken system, right? So you create a system that's broken, and then when something goes wrong, you have this not a good tool. Quantitative easing's terrible, but what does it do? It brings your 401k back up, right? And most people don't know how to trade and do any of that. They put all their money with a financial advisor, and they trust people that don't have necessarily their best interests at heart to manage their finances. So in the end, they let you take the hit, but then again, maybe they're right? Maybe they're right, because they always say, right, don't worry, it'll go back up, right? So maybe there's just some truth to it. Maybe the reason why that'll always go back up potentially is because of QE or quantitative easing. So maybe that's what they mean by don't worry, it'll go back up, because they know they'll put fake money to inject it back up. I'm against it. I think it's terrible, but at the same time, I don't want people to suffer and lose their 401ks. So the other part of me is saying, I didn't create the system. I don't like it. I think it's terrible, but I'd rather you have your money in your 401k, and the market going up's a good thing, right? Even if it's, however they do it is not the right way. Hey, at least your 401k still goes back up, right? And now supposedly Trump's in control of the Fed. So it'll be an interesting year or next few months to see what happens. All right. So I think I just updated the website. SO. We ain't going nowhere. Viking NJ says, you do know the Federal Reserve is not part of the government. Yes, I do know that. Exactly. So then you got to say, well, who the heck is the Federal Reserve? Very good question. Do your research, guys. Do your research. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done. How long is this video? Wait, Teva does hydroxy stocks? I thought Teva does shoes. Am I missing something? Let me look at Merck. Merck. Wait, Merck. MERK. What is Merck? Is that Merck? MERK? Why is Merck not showing up? Anybody know the stock symbol for Merck? Oh, let's see. Oh, MRK. Didn't I put Mark? MRK. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I spelled it wrong. So far not looking so hot. Well, maybe an inverse head and shoulders. I don't like that bearish candle. Let's see if any after hours volume's coming in. Not right now. Guild. Let me look at Guild. GILD. Gilead Science. Nothing really after hours at the moment. Nothing's coming in there. Sanofi. This one right here? I don't know what that is. All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Enjoy.